Hello and welcome, beautiful souls, to my channel, Light Oshaya. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to those of you who are new. I hope you enjoy the content, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. I simply want to say thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate every single one of you. So today I'm going to be doing a message from Spirit. Took some time off for myself. I've been needing some time to rest, honestly, from all the readings that I've been doing, frankly. And been on my own personal journey here, but anyway, let's see what the message from Spirit is here. I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle cards, and then I'm going to be using the Light Seer Tarot to get into the message. I'm pretty excited about this. So, okay, first card out, we have Mending. Alright, healing a situation, go the distance, okay. An Observer, how fascinating is that? Bottom of the deck we have the Come to the Edge card. So I feel like there's definitely some changes coming up for you in the near future here for whoever this reading is for. Do keep in mind these are general readings, so the message may or may not resonate for you at this time. We have the Go the Distance card, as I said earlier, and the Observer. Very interesting, this Observer energy, right? I feel with this set of cards, you're healing from a situation, or you're mending likely a connection with someone here, right? Mending is about healing. That's what the healing journey is about. It's really interesting. I was just talking about that, right? It's like maybe there's a realization here, right? With the Observer card, looking at these two energies, so to speak, saying the journey of healing is one that goes the distance. It's one it's done throughout our entire lives. And it's something we need to become accustomed to, right? Whenever we think our healing journey has ended, maybe there's always a little bit more that needs to be taken a look at, right? Sometimes we'll glaze over certain aspects of our lives, saying, okay, I think I did enough healing here. It's time to move on to a new section of my life, right? And then it's like, ba-bam, something blindsides you, and you're like, oh, I thought this wound in me was healed. It's something that we have to work on every single day. It's not something that we kind of just fix once and throw away, right? It's one of those things that sometimes we need to revisit certain patterns, certain ideas that we have, certain relationships with people, right? I can't help but notice there's two people here kind of working together in tandem. So you could be working on healing a relationship here. This could be with a family member, a friend, or a partner, a romantic partner, right? And it looks like you're observing, being very observant, trying to figure out things for yourself. There's a lot of thinking here. There's a lot of thought. Interestingly enough, we have the Five of Swords, and you can kind of see how this guy is really, really lost in thought here, right? So I'm using the Light Seer's Tarot. I haven't used this particular deck in a very long time, so I'm very excited to work with it. So let's see what this message is from Spirit regarding these things. Okay, look at that. Double energy. Capricornian energy here. There may have been a toxic behavior, right? Something that really needed to take a look at, and something that maybe you felt trapped by. You see how the devil is holding on to this ephemeral person. It's like your soul, right? Kind of just stuck in your head. How do I get out of this situation, right? The devil is a card of temptation, so this could be in regards to temptations, addictions, right? Codependency even. Let's continue here with the message. Seven of Wands, look at that. Standing your ground. Really just protecting your energy. I feel like you're looking at this devil energy and you're saying, I don't want to partake in it. And I'm not sensing here this is like high vibrational devil, because the devil is often looked at as a very bad card. But the devil has its use in our world because it represents the physicality of our life, right? Passion and desire, sexuality, things of that nature, right? But there may be something, especially with this mending here, that you recognize is toxic, and you're saying, I'm out. I'm a high vibrational being. I can't help but notice the little bubble she has around her protecting herself, and how that light is emanating from her solar plexus. So it's like a sense of confidence in saying, no more. I do not partake in this energy anymore. I'm not interested, is almost how I'm sensing. And it's really interesting because this card also gives me a sense of meditation, right? It's like you're going within to try and figure things out. Note how she has her eyes closed and she is turned towards the devil. So it's like in her mind, there's this energy, right, that she's like perceiving internally, and she's saying, I want it out of my life now. So it sounds like maybe you or a person that you're dealing with could very well be dealing with the situation. Now look at this. We have the Knight of Wands and the Hierophant, right? So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Taurus coming through now. And it's interesting that this combination of cards came together. So there's a lot of passion, a lot of drive, right? The Knight of Wands in high vibration here is definitely somebody very charismatic and charming and very passionate, somebody who's very driven. Now on the shadow side, the Knight of Wands can be a player, somebody who's only interested in one night stands, right? So what's really fascinating to me is that this card is paired with the Hierophant. And I feel here, maybe some of you I can't help, you know, the message about sexuality has been coming out a lot lately in my readings. I've noticed that. And I feel like maybe there's a belief system or belief systems that you're looking at about this Knight of Wands energy. Maybe feeling that this sexual drive is something to be resisted. Now, of course, if it's toxic in nature, I feel like you're starting to question your belief systems around it, right? Whether or not it is even toxic in nature. It's very interesting. That's why I'm getting this observer energy. It's like you're looking at it. You're scrutinizing is the sense. That's kind of like the word that I'm getting here. You're scrutinizing certain patterns, belief systems, ideas. And this could very well be dealing in when it comes to sexuality here with the Devil and the Knight of Wands. So let's continue with the message here. King of Swords, we have Aquarian energy here. King of Swords looking directly at the Hierophant. Interesting. Wow, look at that. We have the Emperor, Aries energy, paired with the Ace of Wands. There's a great deal of, I'm getting again, passion and desire, sexual desire. It's very fascinating to me. Note how the Emperor, it's really quite fascinating. The King of Swords is looking at the Hierophant, right? King of Swords, Aquarius, looking at the Hierophant here, or I mean, it could be a Gemini, Libra as well, you know, dealing with the Taurus. But there's this energy, it's quite fascinating. Note how the Emperor is looking at the Ace of Wands. A great deal of passion here. Maybe a brand new idea as well. This Ace of Wands doesn't necessarily give me the nature of, that it's sexual in nature. This could very well be an idea. Planning out the phases of an idea, right? While the King of Swords is looking at belief systems, right? Very interesting. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, you could be dealing with an Aries or a Capricorn, or as I said, Taurus. And it's really interesting. These are energies that you could very well be embodying, but it's fascinating to me that, look at the way these cards came out. The Emperor is not looking at the King of Swords, he's looking at the Ace of Wands, and the King of Swords is not looking at the Emperor, he's looking at the Hierophant. So there's something here, maybe there's two people involved. Maybe you're dealing with like two masculines, if you're a feminine, right? Or you're really embodying your masculine energy here. One or the other, right? Is mending, right? Mending and going the distance. I feel like maybe there is a conversation to be had about maybe a belief system that someone held or something along those lines. Okay, let's continue. More on this message, Spirit. Three of Pentacles, okay. Collaboration, work, Seven of Cups with the Three of Swords. That's really interesting. So you have the Three of Pentacles, and then we have the Seven of Cups paired with the Three of Swords. Very interesting. You know, it's really interesting that a few days ago, was one of the last messages from Spirit came out with the Knight of Wands and the Five of Cups from the Good Tarot. And I'm getting the sense here of like exploring other options causes pain or something like that, right? The Knight of Wands paired with the Five of Cups gave me that same idea. Interestingly enough, on the table, the Knight of Wands is right above the Three of Swords. So it's like maybe exploring other options doesn't make somebody happy here, or in particular, I can't help but notice all the threes here. You know, maybe there's an idea about a third party, right? An idea about a third party. Maybe it was there's a confusion here or fantasy or something along those lines. that is causing pain, right? I feel like maybe there was a collaboration as well where there was a lot of confusion. I feel like somebody got wrapped up in their head about this, right? Maybe you two were working on something together, right? And then there was heartache because there was a misunderstanding. Very, very interesting how I just can't help but notice how this Three of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and Three of Swords was kind of like sandwiched together. They're in tandem somehow, right? There's something here about a collaboration where there was a lot of confusion. Maybe there was a lot of decisions that needed to be made in a team setting or something like that. And some of these options were definitely not easy to make, right? For some of you, I don't know why I'm getting surgery here. There's something here about like wounds, like physical wounds. I'm not sure why I'm getting that. There's like physical wounds here or something like that. It's just kind of just dropped in my head. So maybe some of you dealt with someone who underwent surgery and they have like scars, or they have a fresh wound open or something like that. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's continue. Maybe that's what the mending is, right? Look at that, Ten of Swords. Okay, so what's really, really crazy is that I think the last message from Spirit, we had a King of Swords, right? The King of Swords with the Three of Swords and Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords was like the ending of dreams of love. And interestingly enough, that Seven of Cups is sometimes like my dream card, like dreaming. So, there's something here about like an ending, right? A lot of pain being caused by whatever this experience was. I feel like an idea, a certain idea is gone now. A certain idea is gone. I don't know like what the idea is exactly, but I think there's a belief system here. Something about a belief system that is going to be exiting someone's life, either yours or the person that you're dealing with. There's a sense here of like, there's an absolute destruction here, an ending, right? And then what's really beautiful is that after this realization comes, there's, with the Empress card, Taurus and Libra, and the Four of Wands, this is like a celebration. Oh my goodness. This is, I just realized this is twin flame, because we got Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine here. Would you look at that? Huh. Very fascinating. I wasn't expecting to do a twin flame reading, but I feel like this is definitely a twin flame reading. So maybe what's going on here is that the masculine is looking at certain ideas about maybe even sexuality, interestingly enough, or maybe addictions, right? And I think the masculine's getting an upgrade here, if that makes sense. He's having a great deal of realizations here. He's not interested in the devil energy anymore, right? Looking at, because I feel like maybe this King of Swords energy is very well the masculine in this reading. Looking at ideas about commitment, belief systems, maybe around like player energy or sexuality coming through very strongly. Maybe belief systems about sexuality, right? And so the Emperor, right, the Divine Masculine, is very inspired by what he's learning, right? I think he's discovered something inside of himself that he wasn't capable of exploring before, or something along those lines, right? Now the mending and going the distance part can happen. And there's someone definitely observing. Maybe for some of you, if you're not in union yet, your masculine is kind of watching you from afar, observing you from afar, right? Maybe because they believe you're untouchable, right? With the Seven of Wands here. There's something like there was too much heartache. Maybe there was a third party involved here, right? Considering these energies here, there was a third party that was involved. And this caused an ending, an absolute ending, right? But what's really beautiful about this is, look at this. This Ten of Swords is like, it's the last sword has fallen. It's absolute destruction, right? It's an absolute like hitting rock bottom. But the cards that follow afterwards are the Empress and the Four of Wands. More of that twin flame energy here with the 11-11, right? And what's really beautiful is that I feel like there's like a sense of maybe union coming after this, right? Going the distance, mending, you know, observing. And I feel like with this Eight of Cups and Chariot card, it's like moving away with determination, right? Moving towards this with determination, right? It's like leaving behind, this Eight of Cups is likely leaving this past situation behind and moving forward with conviction instead, right? Very determined. This is very determined masculine energy coming through here. And the Empress is just sitting in her beautiful divine feminine energy. She's turned her back on this. I can't help but notice that she's turned her back on this. It's gone. This energy is gone. No more third party, no more fantasizing, no more. It's done, right? The dreams of love have ended, and there's a brand new way of looking and viewing the world for the feminine now. It's very fascinating. It is quite interesting how I'm seeing the dynamic play out between all of these cards here. Because it's like the top row is the masculine and the bottom row maybe the feminine, right? I feel like the masculine had to look at certain behavioral patterns or ideas that he had, especially when dealing with sexuality for whatever reason here. I mean, it's likely that the feminine did this as well in her own way. Maybe both. I mean, given the fact that you both mirror each other, right? Twin flame tends to do that. I feel like there was definitely a sense of going within a lot here and observing, a lot of observing, doing, looking at old belief systems, looking at ideologies, what is right for me, what is true for me, right? And this upgraded both of you into the divine masculine, divine feminine energies. Now, if you were dealing with the masculine who was in fact in a third party, as we've seen clearly, I mean, for me, like, there's definitely something here about third party. And of course, it's just going to come from a place of deep knowing. Like, this is something you already know about, right? If that doesn't resonate for you, please don't take it. Whenever I say third party, it doesn't mean that I'm insinuating that someone's hiding anything, especially considering that there's nothing here hidden. It's actually pretty plain Jane here. But I feel like if you knew that there was a third party, you said, I'm done, right? I don't entertain these ideas. I'm the divine feminine, right? Usually the divine feminine is the one that has to walk away from the twin flame connection. Even if the masculine may be the one that ends things, the feminine chooses to, well, oftentimes she should, right? Ideally, she should accept the ending and say, okay, I don't care how powerful this connection is. I'm determined to move away, right? Maybe this is also a signal for some of you out there who are stuck on somebody who clearly isn't giving you the time of day. Then walk away completely. Don't entertain this person. This is a determined energy, especially coming from the divine feminine with the Four of Wands. Although, like I said, I'm not getting this as moving away from this person. I mean, this could have been a past scenario as well. Remember, like, readings are weird like that. Sometimes you tap into the past, other times you tap into the future or even the present, right? So I trust that your intuition will guide you when it comes to this. But I feel like if you two have gotten together with this mending card, I feel like you're going to be healing this relationship over time, right? Going the distance. And I think both of you are going to learn a lot from this with the Observer card. There's going to be a lot of like, why didn't I see that before? Or I can't believe this is what I thought back then. Or things along those lines I'm getting, right? It's like, why would I have thought that about you? Or how could that even have been possible? Or I can't seem to pick up on it, but that's kind of like the questions that seem to be coming to mind. Maybe there's a conversation between you two that's going to reveal what the heck this was all about, right? What the heck that was all about, and then if that's over, and it's a brand new day, right? And the feminine stands tall. She stands tall, celebrating her life, right? There's a great deal of celebration in the Four of Wands. Celebrating, I mean, it's a card of union as well, and then walking away from the things that don't serve you with determination here, right? Things that don't emotionally fulfill you. So if there's something that doesn't emotionally fulfill you, I feel like you're going to leave this behind completely with the Chariot, right? Very interesting. Trying to see if I pick up on anything else here. I can't seem to pick up on anything else. Look at that. Huh. So we have the, I'm being drawn to this. So we have the Knight of Cups, right? Romance coming in. Knight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we have Cancer here too. We have the Sun. The Five of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles. It's really interesting. This message coming to, of course, to me is that there's going to be a lot of happiness between you and this person and a lot of romance. You guys just don't see it yet. You guys haven't gotten to that level yet. If you're just now getting together again, you know, twin flames coming into union again, or even kind of tentatively exploring that venue, there is a lot of happiness coming, but there is going to be a struggle here for independence, I sense. Right? I feel like both of you, for one, are going to be confident, of course. Divine masculine, divine feminine present here. There is a sense of confidence here. I mean, Queen of Wands below that as well. There is a lot of confidence here, but with the Five of Wands, I feel like there may be some disagreements, but I feel like this isn't going to hold either of you back. I mean, with these beautiful energies here, I mean, the Knight of Cups and the Sun combined, it's like absolute romance and happiness there, right? Joy and expansion. With the Five of Wands, I feel like this won't really stand a chance. I feel like both of you are very independent, and you both have, I wouldn't necessarily say radical ideas, but you both are very, I mean, of course, twin flames tend to be that, very different, right? They're complete opposites, and yet they're one and the same, which is a really strange dynamic that most people don't understand when viewed from the outside, right? So there is a lot of romance and happiness here, but there will be, in a sense, like not being able to see eye to eye on things because you both are so confident and you both feel each other, right? And that isn't to say you're not going to get along. It's just like you're both so different, and yet you're making it work somehow, right? There's, like I said, this is a healing relationship that goes the distance, right? Mending, going the distance. There's this whole thing about like. That's the thing. This is literally, for me, the way I'm picking this up right now is like this is like twin flame 101 here is what I'm getting. It's like it's a relationship that is supposed to heal and expand love, right? It's a relationship that brings two people from who are of the same, like, stardust, so to speak, and they're forced, not necessarily forced together, of course, but they're just so incredibly vastly different, and yet they're exactly the same in some weird, inexplicable manner. It's like they both understand each other to a level that most other people would not be able to reach, if that makes sense, right? And because of this, because of their incredible bond and their incredible differences, there's always going to be healing needing to be done in the relationship. That doesn't mean the relationship is going to be fraught with difficulties. It just means that whenever you guys don't see eye to eye, you and your partner, your twin, are going to look at it now. You're going to look at it and you're going to say, okay, obviously this thing about this person triggers me, so what is it that I can do to avoid being triggered by it, right? And then, of course, proper and clear communication with your partner is going to be incredibly important, right? Because I feel, for whatever reason, I'm getting what this is about. I feel like there was a misunderstanding of some sort. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. There's like something about a misunderstanding, maybe with this Three of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Three of Swords energy coming through here, about a misunderstanding about things. And that misunderstanding is gonna, it's not going to sit well, is the funny thing about it, because the misunderstanding in and of itself could have been avoided had there been clear communication, is what I'm sensing here. And because it wasn't had in the past, now it's a very harsh lesson for you and maybe the other person, or maybe just for one of you, because I get the sense here that maybe one of you had a massive misunderstanding about the other, and you were incapable of seeing it because you were incapable of like speaking it out loud, or like coming forward and saying, hey, this thing about whatever happened then bothered me, or I don't know, maybe I'm looking into this too much, right? There's something here about communication. And I feel like now, because of these difficulties that have been traversed, you're both able to go the distance. And this is, Twin Flame is all about healing and reaching higher levels of unconditional love, essentially, because it's a love that heals the planet, right? And your love inspires other people. Wow, okay. Let's go ahead and close this out with some angel prayers cards. Very interesting reading. Like I said, I was not expecting Twin Flame reading at all. Yeah, there he is. Of course. Look at that Earth Angel at the bottom of the deck. And look who's accompanying. Oh my God. Okay, tell me why, you guys. This is so crazy. Okay, so let me get into those cards in a moment. But we have Earth Angel. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me to be more like you, right? So twin flames are one of the 144. So generally speaking, there's this whole coming down to incarnate on the planet to help heal the collective, raise the vibration, all that good stuff, dealing with light workers, right? So you have the Peace and Harmony card here with Archangel Raguel. Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. He's been around quite a bit lately, coming out. I feel like this particular angel has been trying to embody peace and harmony for you and your twin, right? Trying to bring you both together, healing you, all that stuff. We have Speak Your Truth, Archangel Gabriel. Thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak with integrity, right? As I said, there wasn't clear communication. I feel like this is a confirmation for me. And then we have Love and Accept Yourself. Thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me to self-acceptance. I feel like there was definitely some sort of misunderstanding or a lack of communication. And now I feel like the feminine is going to be the one speaking her truth about this, right? From a very compassionate place, but also because she understands herself. She's learned to accept herself. She's loved to accept herself, is what I was going to say, interestingly enough, which is beautiful, right? It's like seeing all of her flaws and taking them inside and saying, you know, I love myself despite the difficulties or despite who I used to be. I love myself even though I've made mistakes or things along those lines, right? Not judge. She's no longer judging herself for being who she is, regardless of what her shadow is, right? There's like, even if there was some really dark aspects of yourself, if you're the feminine, I feel like you're finally getting into that place of loving and accepting yourself for who you are and understanding like this was a part of the journey, right? And so the first three cards that came out here is Count Your Blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. Gratitude mindset has just been coming out a lot lately. This seems to be a recurring theme over and over again, right? Gratitude for God, gratitude for love is what this angel is writing on that paper there. So this is something to practice. Continue to practice gratitude mindset in whatever instance you can, because especially when it comes to twin flame union, that's what you got to do. You have to love and accept yourself first. You have to be grateful for everything that you have in life, including being alive. Like, being alive is a gift, right? So looking at it from that perspective and believing that, of course, if God, okay, so God, the divine spirit, wants you to have union just as much as you do, right? That's like think about it that way. If you're not in union with your twin, or if you're looking for your twin flame soulmate connection, right? God wants that as much as you do for yourself. So remember that, right? So trust, you know, open your heart up and trust and say to yourself, like, if this person is truly meant for me, or if I'm meant to have this experience, I just have to open up my heart and trust that God, Spirit, the divine, however you refer to your higher power, is going to provide that for me, right? We have Archangel Metatron, of course, clear your vibes. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. This particular angel, I feel, has been definitely guiding the twin flame, the twins basically back to themselves, back to union. He's come out in almost every single one, if not all of my twin flame readings. He's a very important angel to work with. I highly recommend speaking to him, asking him to help clear out any gunk that you have, any belief systems that you've been holding yourself to, things that you believe are wrong with you, or like things that you beat yourself up for, right? No matter what they may be, you know, and they could be the smallest things, but if you're ruminating on it, then it's something that needs to be taken a look at. And Archangel Metatron can come through and help you with that, okay? We have Shine Your Light, Archangel Uriel. Thank you, Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. It's beautiful. Keep shining your light. Keep being you. Don't be afraid to be you, right? And I feel like since you're coming to complete and total love and acceptance of self, right? Speaking your truth from compassion, I feel like you're finally, you're no longer afraid of shining your light. You're just letting it all out, right? Shining it into the world, allowing yourself to be this beautiful, expansive, joyous, divine being. And I mean, what more can be asked for, right? Such a beautiful, beautiful way to live life. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you guys did feel this reading resonated, feel free to leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys. And of course, if you did enjoy the reading, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care.